Salute to the family. Salute to the team. We are in the building, ladies and gentlemen. While you guys are coming in the room, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell, family, so you can be notified whenever we go live, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it. Let's go. Salute to the family. Salute to the team. We are in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the family. We are in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this evening. I appreciate you guys. Shout out to the family. Yes, indeed. We are in the building. While you guys are coming in the room, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell, family, so you can be notified whenever we go live, ladies and gentlemen. I see the family in the chat. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the family. We are in the building. I love seeing the family in the building. I love seeing y'all in the room. But family, we got work to do. We got work to do. And you know, I want to dedicate this broadcast to calling out this emotional individual, Ticket TV, that's crying all over the internet, spreading lies about Karmelo Anthony because he's in his feelings, because he's getting called out and he has no facts to back up his claims, right? He has no facts to back up his claims. All he's doing is crying and whining, ladies and gentlemen. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm here to save the day. I'm here to educate Ticket TV because he's a fool. He's an idiot. And it's time to put belt to ass, ladies and gentlemen. That goes for the white supremacists. And that also goes for the Sambo class or any black person that want to get off code. Yes, indeed. Shout out to Heavily coming in with the $2 super chat. Let's put in that work, family. Absolutely. Absolutely, family. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this evening. We are here, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the building. So we're going to get straight to it, family. We're going to go over these claims that Ticket TV is making over there on his platform, right? I've been seeing a couple of his live stream. All he's doing is just crying and lying all over the place. He don't have no facts to back up his claims, right? He's doing the same thing that the mainstream media do, is push a bunch of false narrative with nothing to back it up. Well, Ticket TV, I hope you see this live stream. I hope one of your fanboys or fangirls, you know, relate this ass kicking that I'm about to serve you on this evening. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, family, everybody is running around with this alleged text messages that the prosecutor presented in court on August the 20th, saying that Karmelo Anthony, saying that he was licking the blood off the knife, you know, all this dumb shit. But here's the thing. They didn't provide any context, right? We went over the CBS articles and their video covering what the prosecution said, and they only gave you bits and pieces of what these text messages stated. They didn't give you the full context. They didn't tell you what who sent these messages or what the conversation was about. They just gave you bits and pieces out of context messages. Shout out to my guy Nathaniel coming in with the $2 super chat. What's up, my guy? It's time to put in work. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Salute to you. So before we get started on this crybaby Ticket TV, I want to play this video of Secret Service Sam. Somebody related some information to him regarding what with this licking blood off a knife. What did that even mean, and what did Karmelo Anthony get that from? Because a lot of people is stating that, you know, these are lyrics from a song, and, you know, he was having conversation about a video game. But Ticket TV don't want to hear it. He don't want to believe it. Nobody want to believe it. They said, yup. He said he want to unalive somebody and he want to lick the blood off the knife. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's go.
Karmelo Anthony update, and I'm here to dispel some of the misinformation. Now, April 2nd, 2025 is when the incident occurred at the track meet. Now, the text message that Karmelo sent his girlfriend on March 2024, a full year before the incident happened, said, "When I stab someone, I'm going to lick the blood off the blade." And here is the song that lyric is from. Now, this song called Lay Your Ass Down is by Virus and Antidote. And the opening lyric says, "I lick the blood off the blade, yeah, 'cause I got used to the taste, yeah." So you know the context of that song, and that message was sent to his girlfriend over a year before the incident actually took place. It was not that morning.
Over a year, right? You got the mainstream media pushing propaganda that it happened the morning of, the day before. Ticket TV, ugly ass over there talking about some, if this was revealed in court, Karmelo Anthony would have got life in prison. Even though Karmelo Anthony never committed a crime, he never got locked up, he never went to jail, right? He's not a criminal like Austin Metcalf. And, you know, a lot of people is running around here with this narrative that this text message was sent the day before. No, it was 1 year prior to the incident. And the prosecutor made sure that they only showed you that direct text message, right? Out of context, because they wanted the public to, put up their own interpretation of what this "I want to lick the blood off the knife" mean. And they want the media, the mainstream media, to do a media blitz to push this narrative that, oh, okay, Karmelo Anthony said that he wanted to lick the blood off the knife. So that means that he came to this track meet looking to unalive somebody. The prosecution did a good job by doing that.
Nick Nack is my source, who is a creator that has been inside the courtroom almost every day. February 3rd, 2025, Karmelo confirms in his messages he got suspended because of a fight, per the email that Nick Nack saw in court. The fight was due to racial slurs and a student slapping Karmelo. They fought. This racial element of the case was said to be under investigation by the school because there was proof of it. We found out later that the student involved in this situation was a childhood friend of Austin Metcalf. Now, April 2nd, 2025, the text message, low-key, "I'm on the verge." Now, this is very important. April 2nd, 2025 was not accompanied by a picture of a knife. It
was not accompanied with a picture of a knife. And I want to show you in this video that I'm about to play of Crybaby Ticket TV, right, trying to insinuate that these pictures was inserted with these text messages, ladies and gentlemen. With these text messages. Hold on 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I want you guys to give me a second. Let me fix my camera. I will be right back. Give me a second, family. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are back. We are back. So like I stated, family, a lot of these text messages, right, that was presented by the prosecutor was out of context. And like you just said, somebody that reported in the courtroom said that these pictures of Karmelo Anthony holding up these guns had nothing to do with the text messages, right? Because when you send somebody a picture, they're going to show you the message under the picture. That's not what they presented. Shout out to Heavily coming in with the $5 super chat. I sent the attorneys the trending TikToks that Melo was doing from the fake text messages, the low key on Verge, and the "I'm so mad, all I see is red" satire. They know what that is, bro. They know what that is. Trust me. Shout out to you.
It in the opening statements, but never showed evidence of Karmelo sending a picture of the knife to his girlfriend, because a lot of people are spreading this, even Fox News, that there was a picture of a knife that accompanied this statement.
Just like Ticket TV is doing, right? They are spreading this narrative that it was a picture sent to Karmelo Anthony's girlfriend of a knife. That is false. That is not true. But when you are brainwashed by the mainstream media, like Ticket TV is, you believe everything that they say because he's very low IQ and he's very stupid. Right? Let's keep going.
No date. Luke Patton said that one Edgar behind our bench was talking wild. Austin replies, kill that MF. Edgar is slang for Hispanic guy. February 3rd, 2025, Austin and Hunter text message. Austin says, F Edwin Para, and Hunter says, we have 2 N-words that you're gonna punt. It makes you wonder that if Eddie knew this, would he have testified the same way if he knew that they were talking crap about him? December 2024, Austin tells a church group he is recovering from lust, anger, and addiction. He is consumed by anger and that it has controlled his life and shaped who he was. He noted he was addicted to drinking to not feel empty and angry. He said when he joined the church, God took the weight, the fire, and the bubbling sensation away from his chest, but the flame still lights from time to time. What do you guys think about this? Secret Service Sam out, Samson for president of the world.
So you guys heard that, right? One of the reporters that was in the courtroom reported that it was no pictures sent to Karmelo Anthony's girlfriend of any knife. Right? You got Fox News, you got CBS, you got losers like Ticket TV that's pushing this narrative that it was a picture sent with a knife and a gun. And when Karmelo said that I wanted to put bullets all in you, he sent a picture of him holding a gun. All of that is false, ladies and gentlemen. But that's what the mainstream media do. That's how they manipulate the public. And, you know, Bill Worse, they did a good job at that. They presented a 75-page documents of a bunch of allegations. No facts to back up their claims, no proof, no police reports, none of that. Just hearsay, she say, he say, right? Out of context, text messages. But let's get into y'all boy Ticket TV, right? Because it's time to put belt to ass to this liar, right? I'm sick of this crybaby ass man on the internet crying and lying all goddamn day. Let's get into it. And I hope he show up.
We got to talk about this, man. Because too many of y'all coming in my comment section, running y'all mouth, talking real crazy, you know, and y'all wonder why on this channel I say stuff the way I say it to people, man. Because a lot of y'all don't see the stuff these people be sending and writing and stuff like that, man. A lot of y'all real disrespectful. Then when I come on here and I clap back and say what I say, then y'all get mad at how I say the things that I say, bro.
Look at him crying.
I'm going to just tell you like this, man.
Quit crying.
If all these people are lying on Karmelo Anthony's record, if the prosecution is lying about his record, if the mainstream media has put out lies about Karmelo Anthony's record, why haven't his parents filed a multi-million-dollar lawsuit? They should file a lawsuit and sue every single outlet. First of all, they should start with the prosecution to say, hey, man, you guys pulled up fake files on our son. If it's not true, why haven't Karmelo Anthony's parents went to the legal route to sue him?
See, this is how stupid this individual is, right? He's saying Karmelo Anthony's family should sue the outlets. See, the outlets is not making his claims, right? They just reporting on the claims, right? You can't sue somebody for reporting on the news, right? When you look at CBS, and you look at Fox News, you look at all of these outlets that's talking about Karmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf, they are not making claims about Karmelo Anthony. They are reporting on what the prosecution is saying, sir. What are you talking about? That's very dumb and low IQ of you to say, right? And these people brought out of context text messages to the hearing. They did not bring the text message in this rightful context. They told you right here, family, that notice is provided, right? They wanted to make sure that they covered their ass when they showed this to the judge. They said notice is provided in parts through screenshots of certain text message exchanges. The screenshots may include only a portion of the entire exchange. So they're not saying that they are presenting false claims or false documents. They are telling you that they took bits and pieces out of Karmelo Anthony's phone and they are presenting that to the judge. Stupid. What are you talking about? Sue who?
Karmelo Anthony is reported to have a prior police report.
And this is where you know Ticket TV is dumb, family. And I'm going to break him down piece by piece because he's very emotional, very stupid, very ugly. He keeps saying police report. Karmelo Anthony had a police report. Let me tell you guys the difference between a police report and an arrest. You can be in a police report and not get arrested. You can make a phone call, a 911 call on somebody and be in a police report. You can be a witness to a crime and be in a police report. Somebody can make allegations against you and you can be in a police report. That does not mean that you committed a crime because you are in a police report. You dumb idiot. How you don't know the difference between a police report and somebody getting arrested? Karmelo Anthony never got arrested. He never got booked and processed in any jail, any county, right? He wasn't convicted of any crime. I just want to make sure that you understand that, Ticket TV. Anybody can be in a police report. That doesn't mean that you are innocent or guilty of anything. Stupid.
Way before all this, Karmelo Anthony was getting in trouble since 6 years old. This ain't no one-off. Y'all keep coming to my channel telling me this dumb shit. Oh, Ticket, man, you're taking it out of context. No, I'm not, fool. Y'all acting like this one time. Oh, man, him and the girl was playing the game. No, they wasn't playing no fucking game. She the one that reported him that morning. Are y'all not understanding?
Again, you don't have no proof of this. The district attorney and the prosecution team did not provide any school records or statements from the girlfriend that she reported Karmelo Anthony to the school that morning. You don't have proof of that, Ticket TV. If you do got proof, please provide it. I would like to see it because I did my research. That 75-page of garbage that the prosecution team said that they got is a bunch of out of context and allegations. No police reports, no criminal records, no probation records, no suspension records, none of that. None of that. And you know that this is not a trial. See, the prosecution did a good job at doing this, family, at manipulating ignorant people like Ticket TV. They knew that they didn't have to prove any of this because this wasn't a trial. This was arguments for a new trial. They didn't have to prove that any of these things that they brought to court was true because they not on trial. This is not a new trial. They didn't have to show the judge that, hey, judge, this is our proof that Karmelo Anthony, police records, and he was suspended from school. They didn't have to prove none of that, right? Because Karmelo Anthony's attorney team brought documents, police records, school records, actual documents. The prosecution brought out of context text messages, and they told you right here that the screenshots may include only portions of the entire exchange. Shout out to the Tory Experience coming in with the $2 super chat. Please educate that brain dead fool. No problem. I got you. No problem, the Tory Experience. I got you.
Understanding this? She reported that nigga the same morning. When his text message went out, that morning of the murder at 1 o'clock, 12:59 a.m., I'm low-key on the verge.
Family, this message was a year ago, right? This is a lie. This text message was a year ago. But you got to ask yourself this, Ticket TV. You got to calm down, sir, because you're very stupid. And you so emotional and you're making yourself look like a fool. But don't worry. I am going to educate you on this evening, brother. when you see this right here at Ticket TV, nothing came to your mind, nothing clicked in your mind to say, okay, I'm looking at a alleged text message that the prosecution is telling me that this is to Karmelo, but I don't have no proof to show me that this a message from Karmelo. But let's just say this message came from Karmelo Anthony's phone. I'm on the verge of what? You can't have just a blank statement like that and then align this with the situation that happened at the track meet, Ticket TV. That's not how you do it, right? Any smart, intelligent person would say, okay, you showing me I'm low-key on the verge. Is this a song? Who is this being told to? What was said before this? What was said after this? Right? I need more information. You just can't show me a black and white piece of paper stating that I'm low-key on the verge. This doesn't make sense, Ticket TV. But by you being stupid and the mainstream media doing its job by pushing out this narrative and putting their own interpretation onto this, because that's what you're doing, Ticket TV, just like everybody else. Everybody else looking at this text message and say, okay, it says I'm low-key on the verge. So I'm going to put my own interpretation on this and say, okay, I'm low-key on the verge to unalive Austin Metcalf. That's what y'all putting in y'all head. This doesn't say this, fool. To the low IQ people out there, to the mainstream media. Guys, we went over this yesterday, CBS. They put in their own spin on this message. This message is very vague. All it say is I'm low-key on the verge. It's not saying that I'm about to stab somebody. I'm about to harm somebody. I'm about to commit a crime. It's not stating any of that, Ticket. Are you understand? Are you following me? Right? I need you to calm down, sir. I need you to calm down because you sound crazy. Sound like you about to cry over there. But it's okay. I'm going to help you.
The girl is the one that went and reported this nigga to the principal. Period. She reported him to the principal, dog. But as I told y'all, the parents, if all this is lies, think about this, y'all. If the prosecution put out lying text messages all this time, right? Why the parents ain't sue they could easily sue the prosecution for lying and putting out information that could destroy. Matter of fact, they would be on a press tour right now talking about how they lied and put out fake information and falsified emails and texts or text messages in his phone and his police report.
No, that's not how they work, Ticket TV. You just can't go around and just sue people because you believe somebody lying. See, the prosecution, these text messages could be 100% true. That's not the case here, Ticket TV. It's the context of the text messages. They told you, Ticket, in their statement that the screenshots may include only a portion of the entire exchange. See, that's the problem. When you read something like I am on the verge, when you make a blanket statement like that and not show us who is this conversation between, how serious is this statement? Was it in a joking manner? Can you prove to us that this is Karmelo Anthony's text messages and what was said before this and after this, so we won't take this out of context, Ticket TV? This just not about going around suing people. You're stupid. Shout out to Christina coming in with the $100 super chat. I don't care what anyone say about Karmelo. I stand with him and his family. Bullying should be a crime, and those young adults try to bully everyone. That's 100% facts, Christina, and thank you so much for the $100 super chat. I appreciate you so much for that. Thank you. Thank you for that. But back to you, Mr. Angry Man. There's no need to sue anybody. Ain't nobody really saying that they're lying. What they're lying about is not having proof, giving us text messages out of context, only giving us portions and not allowing us to see, is this really Karmelo Anthony's text message? How you don't see that, Ticket? How you don't see that? See, you are allowing your emotions to blind you, sir. You are allowing your emotion because you want to prove a point to people on YouTube. That's your problem. You want to make it seem like, yeah, I'm telling the truth. Y'all need to believe me. And it's making you look crazy.
Don't y'all know Karmelo Anthony they reported that he had a police report prior to that incident?
Okay, if this is true, and he had a police report again, a police report does not mean that you committed a crime, Ticket TV. Do you know the difference between a police report and a crime? Do you know the difference? If you want me to, no, you know what, Ticket TV? I do you one better, right? I do you one better. I will ask Chat GPT to break this down for you, right? In simpler terms for you, because I understand that you're dumb and you're very low IQ. So I asked Chat GPT, does being in a police report means you done something wrong? Right? Because I see you keep bringing up this police report. Let's listen to AI tell us this.
No. Being mentioned or appearing in a police report does not automatically mean you did anything wrong. A police report is simply an official record of an incident or allegation. A person can appear in one as the victim, a witness, the person who called police, someone mentioned by another person, a suspect or person accused of something, someone who was simply present during the incident. Even if a report says someone was accused of something, an accusation is not proof that the person actually committed the offense. Whether they did something wrong is determined by the evidence and, when applicable, the legal process. So if someone says that person is in a police report, therefore they did something wrong, that's an inaccurate conclusion without additional evidence showing what the report actually says and what happened afterward.
Okay, did you get that, Ticket? Did you understand that? Was that clear? Right? A police report is simply an official record of an incident or an allegation. A person can appear in one as a victim, a witness, a person who called, someone mentioned by another person, a suspect, a person accused of something, someone who was simply present during an incident, sir. Being in a police report does not mean that you had committed a crime. Stupid. I can't believe I got to explain this to a grown-ass man.
Don't y'all know it's being reported? Why his parents ain't sued the New York Post?
Listen to this, family. The New York Post stated Karmelo Anthony threatening to shoot up the school and shocking texts kept from jury in Austin Metcalf trial. And this is where Ticket TV loses all credibility. See, if you see the entire post in this, Ticket TV, the New York Post didn't come up with this claim, right? They didn't make this up. They are reporting what the prosecutor presented to court. They can't go out here and just sue the mainstream media. Now, if they created this on their own with no proof, then yeah, they can sue them. But you cannot sue a news station because they are reporting on what the prosecution is saying. Because I seen all the articles, Ticket TV. All of them are saying the prosecutor said this, the prosecutor said that. Are you not understanding it? They didn't create this narrative. The prosecution did. You can't sue them. This guy said, look at what the New York Post said. Why y'all won't sue them?
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
I'll answer the question. Karmelo Anthony's parents should sue all these publications if they're lying. That would be a blatant lie and blatant assassination of character. Why his parents ain't sued all these people? The New York Post posted Carmelo Anthony threatened to shoot up the school. He threatened to shoot the school up in a shocking text kept from the jury in the Austin Metcalf murder trial. Didn't I tell y'all that these are 3 scumbags?
Bro, the thing is, Ticket, that if you read the whole article, which I did, you're not showing it, they are going over the detail of the case. They not saying that Karmelo Anthony did this. They are reporting what the prosecution is saying. They are using the prosecution word, so you can't sue them. You idiot. You think New York Post came out with this information? You think they was in the courtroom and they presented this to the court? Bro, you get mad at yourself. That's what it is. You get mad at yourself because you created this fictitious narrative in your mind about these news outlets creating these narratives about Karmelo Anthony. They didn't create this. They got this from the prosecution.
The Metcalf twins and Carmelo Anthony. There ain't no getting around this. So, okay, let's use y'all excuse, because y'all been coming to my comment section with that lame ass excuse all day talking about, oh, it's a video game ticket. Okay, cool, let's use that excuse. What about this? What about on your screen? Was that a game too that he threatened to shoot the school up in a shocking text message?
But you fail to realize in that text message that they presented, it also said, I'm just playing. I would never do something like that. You forgot to show that part, Ticket TV. You forgot to show that part that the text message said, because I don't know if these text messages are from Karmelo Anthony's phone. They didn't provide us no metadata to say that these messages are from Karmelo. You don't even know that, Ticket TV. You just going off the word of mainstream media and the prosecution. I don't believe nothing that they say. But let's just run with your narrative. Let's say all of these text messages are true. But you have to understand, Ticket TV, when you make statements like this, you have to back it up with some type of factual claims behind this. When you say, oh, I'm going to shoot up the school, who said this? What was this conversation about? Was it serious? Did it actually fall through with it? Because they showed you, again, I'm going to keep referring back to this statement right here, family, because Ticket TV didn't read this because he's dumb, he's emotional, and he's a very low IQ man. I'm only going to read the last sentence, Ticket TV, because I understand you don't have, enough brain functioning power to keep up with this intelligence. The screenshots may include only portions of the entire text message. And I can't believe that you are running with this. They only give you bits and pieces of Karmelo Anthony's text message threads, if it's even real.
Let's keep going. Since y'all niggas say somebody capping, nigga. Let's keep going, nigga.
He's so emotional.
Why his parents ain't sued all the media outlets?
Look at him. He keep referring to the media outlets. Ticket TV, do you not understand what reporting means? These people are reporting on the case. This news outlet said, prosecutors said convicted unaliver Karmelo Anthony, 19, has a history of violence that dates back to when he was in elementary schools, according to reports. So they already telling you that this doesn't come from them. This didn't come from them. It said prosecutors said. They not making these claims, so you can't sue them. They are family. I'm trying to understand. Do y'all not understand the difference between reporting and defamation? Ticket TV, do you not understand the difference between defamation and reporting? The news stations is reporting. You see the first sentence, Ticket TV. Reporter said, not Fox said, not the reporter said, prosecutor said.
Who was in the courthouse as well, right? Read read what's on your screen, y'all. Prosecutor said.
You just read. There you go right there. There you go right there. You just read it out yourself. Those first two words relieved them of any wrongdoing, sir. It relieved them of any wrongdoing, Ticket TV. Prosecutor said, bam. They can't get sued for defamation. They are reporting on what the prosecutor is saying. They didn't make up these fake text messages. They not pushing a narrative that Karmelo saying that he's going to unalive and bang up the school. That's not what they are saying. They didn't come up with this, Ticket TV. So they not liable for a defamation claim. You stupid.
Convicted killer Karmelo Anthony, 19 years old, has a history of violence that dates back to when he was in elementary school. Why didn't the parents sue all these media public outlets?
I just explained it to you.
Fox, CBS, ABC. Why they ain't sued all them people?
Because they are reporting on the news, Ticket TV. They reporting. They not making claims on Karmelo Anthony. Damn, this dude's stupid.
For lying on their son. Can't sue him if it's the truth. Read at the bottom, y'all. The bottom paragraph. WFAA reported that the prosecutors uncovered previous disciplinary records.
And there you go right there. Right? There you go right there. WFAA reported that prosecutors uncovered. Not them. Not them. They not saying that they uncovered. They saying that the prosecutors uncovered. Are you following me, Ticket TV? I want you to keep up, sir.
From more than a decade ago. This little nigga been a badass kid for all this time. It ain't just pop up, oh, it just happened in the tent. No, nigga. This ain't who y'all think he is. Let's keep y'all niggas want to come to me on my channel. Nigga, not gonna work.
Cry baby, bro. This dude crying, literally crying.
Why his parents could catch an easy lick?
No, they can't.
If this was lies, and they lied about his record since elementary school, the parents could have came out and destroyed all of this. Easy. They could have came out and filed a lawsuit and said, y'all lied, fabricated text messages, and made up this entire fake history about our son.
But the thing is, Ticket TV, the news network is not making these claims. They not making these claims. Fox not making these claims. New York Post not making these claims. CBS not making these claims. The prosecution is making these claims. And they can't sue the prosecution because the prosecution told you that they gave you out of context and they gave you portions of the text messages, right? These text messages could be true, but we don't know who they from. We don't know what the conversation was about. We don't know if it was friendly, if it was a joke, if it was a song, if they was talking about a video game. We don't know nothing about none of these messages because they told us that they only given us certain text messages. They told us that they only given us a portion. That's what people is saying. Ticket TV. Damn, dude.
Why haven't they did it? Read this right here, y'all. WFFA reported that prosecutors uncovered previous disciplinary records from more than a decade ago during a hearing on Friday. Prosecutors disclosed text messages that they say show Karmelo Anthony threatening to shoot up a school in 2023. What's the excuse? What's the excuse? I'm asking y'all, the parents should have $1 billion lawsuit against the prosecution and the media if they lied on their little conniving ass son. I'm just saying. Why the parents ain't sued? Remember I told y'all that he had a police report? The nigga said, oh man, Ticket, I ain't seen no police report. Okay, nigga. I'm gonna cook you on that in a second.
Hey, this nigga show goddamn fucked.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on.
And his audience been cooking him about, Ticket, where the police report at? Show us the police report. This nigga right here showed a article from Fox.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Ticket TV, bro, you got to be the dumbest dude on planet Earth, dude. This is not a police report, Ticket TV. This is a news article. This just like saying, trust me, bro. You using the mainstream media as your source? Really? You might as well use TMZ. Right? That's just like somebody saying, yeah, I get my news and I get my facts from TMZ. This dude brought up a news article.
Citing prosecutor Bill Worski, WFAA said that Karmelo Anthony wrote, and I quote, "I'm going to shoot the school up tomorrow." And one of the texts. In other texts, he reportedly contained racist rants, as well as an alleged desire to use weapons, including assault rifles. There seemed to have been an obsession with fighting when we searched his phone, Worski testified, per the media outlet. Why apparently ain't sue him if that's not true? Prosecutors said that records from Baton Rouge, forget Texas, they got records from Karmelo Anthony was 6 years old, bro. And motherfuckers on the internet just talking that shit on my channel, bro. Don't come over here talking no shit. If his parents don't sue these people and get that bread and say that they lied, I don't want to hear none of y'all niggas making no lame ass, capping ass excuses on my channel. Go take that shit somewhere else, bro. That shit don't work on me, man. Only the fucking righteous can stand over here, bro. If you ain't righteous, if you a demon worshiper and all that, don't stand around me, bro. Real talk. Real talk. Read that second paragraph at the bottom, y'all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, family. After Karmelo allegedly said, I'm going to shoot up the school, it was context behind the message saying, I'm just playing. My mother will unalive me. My mother will get me. I would get in trouble. But Ticket TV don't care because he's using the mainstream media as a reliable source. This is not a transcript from the courts. This is not a document from the courts. This is simply a news outlet reporting on what the prosecution is saying. He's just reading off a article. This don't prove anything. This don't show anything. This just Fox SA stating what the prosecution is saying. And he's overly emotional about this, like he's proving us wrong.
Prosecutors said records from a Baton Rouge school when Karmelo was 6 or 7 years old.
Okay.
Didn't I tell y'all this? Also show he was disciplined for punching another student. He was assaulting kids back when he was 6 or 7 years old, y'all.
Assaulting kids? So you never got to fighting in elementary school? What's wrong with that? I got to fighting in daycare, in elementary school, in middle school. Like, what are you talking about? That's normal behavior. You never got to fighting at daycare? You never picked your kids up from school and the teacher called you and said, oh, your little baby can't keep his hands off nobody. 6 and 7? Really? But you know the difference between Karmelo Anthony allegedly punching another student at 6 and 7 years old? He didn't go to jail. It was just, a punch. You know who went to jail in elementary school for assault? Austin and Hunter Metcalf. They got locked up. They got arrested. These are just simple allegations. And again, Ticket TV, if you are going to believe a news article that's simply reporting on what the prosecution's saying, that shows me your IQ level. Because if I want to believe anything that's being stated in this article, you got to show me a school record that this is true. I don't believe the mainstream media just because they come out here and they say this or they say that. I don't believe the prosecution team because the prosecutor didn't provide any school records. Any school records. They didn't provide any of this. Because if they did, Ticket TV, you will be providing that evidence too. We all will be looking at it right now. Right? And the prosecutor knew exactly what he did. He made sure, family, that he only showed portions of the entire text message so that the public can come up with their own interpretation. Just like Ticket TV is doing. Ticket TV read this and said, when Anthony was 6 and 7 years old, he also showed he was disciplined for punching another student. Okay, so what? What that mean? What I'm just saying, what that mean? Okay, he punched another student. So what? What that prove? Nothing. They don't prove nothing. So Ticket TV, let me ask you, you never got to fighting in high school? You never got to fight in elementary school, daycare. You never. Sports, you never done none of that.
And had a willful disobedience per the outlet. The nigga was so bad they had to move him from Louisiana to Texas.
What proof of that do you have? What proof of that? That's you putting your own, again, this is you putting your own interpretation on this Ticket TV. This is not what that article said. The article did not state that Karmelo was so bad in Louisiana that they had to move him to Texas. Show me where that's at. Show me the proof. I believe you. I concede to your statement, Ticket TV, if you can provide evidence of the reason why the Anthony's family moved from Louisiana because a 6 and 7-year-old child was so bad that they had to move from another state. Where do they say that in this article? And can you provide me that, Ticket TV? I want you, next time you go live and start crying and screaming and yelling, I want you to provide factual statements, not articles from a news outlet. I want you to show me a school statement, a school transcript, or a school document or record stating that Karmelo Anthony punched another student when he was 6 or 7, or show me some type of evidence proving that the reason why they moved from Louisiana to Texas is because Karmelo was just too much to handle. That's all I'm asking. See, you frustrated and upset because nobody is believing your lies. No, everybody know that you just emotional and you stupid. That's why you mad. And you want us to listen to you and believe you. But again, your source is a news article. Not a police report, not a school document, not a criminal record. A news outlet. Gotcha.
Ain't nobody tell y'all this. The parents made it seem like he was just quiet, good kid, ain't bother nobody. Man, come on, man, with that bullshit, man. Other messages showed that Karmelo Anthony discussed difficulty controlling his anger, said the prosecutors. They also said his ex-girlfriend claimed he stalked her.
Okay, when they make a claim like other messages showed that Karmelo discussed difficulties controlling his anger, how do they know that? Oh, they came up with their own interpretation of what these text messages allege, right? We going off what the prosecution is saying. They came up with their own synopsis saying that, okay, I'm looking at these text messages, right? And it's, I'm coming up with the conclusion that he's having a difficult time controlling his anger. But you have to understand, the prosecution teams have to paint Karmelo Anthony in a bad light. That's their job. Just like Sean Kent, the attorney in the Rick Child case, he had to paint Cyrus in a bad light so that he can make his client seem like that he had every right to defend himself. And that's what the prosecutor is doing right here. He had to make seem like that when I went through Karmelo Anthony's phone, it seems like that he had an anger problem. Right? That's what the prosecution did.
But niggas talking about, hey, man, I don't want to hear none of that shit, bro. Why his parents ain't sue these people, man? If this is not true, if this is not his school records, why his parents ain't sue all these people? Make it, man. I just want to know. They got records on niggas since he was 6 years old, bro. Let's keep going, man. Right? Let's keep going. Because y'all niggas, like I said, y'all niggas don't want to play this game with me, man. Right?
Smash that like button,
Look at it. Look at it. Right?
This guy is looking at a news article, family. He's not looking at a police report. He's not looking at a school article or a school document. He's looking at Fox.
Now, let's go to this. My bad. I showed y'all the wrong one. Let's go to this. We're going to go to this one now.
Come on, let's go.
Let me put this other one up on the screen. Because y'all niggas don't stop playing with me, man. I don't even want to have to put all this on the screen. But I'll put on the screen, man. Because niggas going to start coming on here playing with me, man. Like I said, bro. I can't stand behind no nigga like this, bro. This nigga is a demon, bro. He been doing this shit since the 6th, 7th grade.
Karmelo is a demon. And he came up with that by saying he's been doing this since he was 6 and 7 years old because somebody said, or they made a statement that Karmelo Anthony punched another student. That makes him a demon. A demon. So you comparing him to the Metcalf twins because they are the real demons. So Karmelo Anthony a demon because he punched somebody? So that make me a demon because I punched somebody. I'm pretty sure you got into a fight one day in your life, Ticket TV. Does that make you a demon? This doesn't make sense to me. So a demon is a person that graduated high school, that was on his way to college, that had college scholarships, that was the captain of the football team, made straight A's, had multiple jobs. That's a demon? Because you can believe these text messages all y'all want. But when I look at Karmelo Anthony's criminal history, it doesn't reflect what the prosecutor is trying to present. That's the difference, Ticket TV. You can scream and yell and cry all day long about these allegations on Karmelo Anthony and him saying that he's going to lick the blood off the knife. See, what's a demon is beating up young black girls and, injuring their shoulders, because the Metcalf twins have victims. They actually got victims, right? Karmelo Anthony's defense teams, provided names. Ashley Jenkins, Angela, 2 black young girls that was victims of Austin Metcalf. You don't have victims of Karmelo Anthony. You don't have bullying records on Karmelo Anthony. You don't have arrest records of Karmelo Anthony. You don't have a conviction. You don't have a booking. Nope. Best believe if Karmelo Anthony was booked and processed on any crime, it will be blasted all on the internet. You know why they haven't blasted a criminal background on Karmelo Anthony, this entire 18 months? Because he was a good kid. He never got in trouble. He might got suspended from school. That's not a big deal. We all got suspended. I got suspended, right? A lot in high school. I graduated from high school. I graduated from college, and I'm doing well for myself. And I got into a lot of fights. Yeah, I'm from the hood. I'm from the gutter. So that mean I don't have the right to defend myself because I'm this alleged demon and I got suspended from school and I got into a couple fights? Does that mean that I can't defend myself? Are you saying that you don't want to support Karmelo because of his background? Or are you saying that this background mean that he had no right to defend himself? If that's what you're saying, Ticket TV, let me know.
If his parents have not come out and sued none of these people and accused none of these people of lying on their son, why the fuck I'm gonna come out here and stick my neck out for the parents who ain't even defending their son?
How you know they not defending their son? Just because you don't want them to jump out here and just do a whole bunch of press conferences like Jeff Metcalf is doing, that does not mean that they're not doing the work behind the scenes. See, if they was doing that, Ticket TV, you and a lot of ignorant people be out here saying, oh, they trying to clout chase. They trying to look for fame. They looking for money. If they was out here trying to sue everybody, y'all will be out here saying that they are money hungry. They clout chasing. They trying to profit off their son's tragedy. That's what y'all to be saying. But it's no need for lawsuits, Ticket TV, because these articles that you are reading is not defaming Karmelo Anthony. They not defaming him. They not stating this as a matter of fact. They are reporting on what the prosecution is saying. These are not their words.
What y'all niggas got? I'm just saying. Let's keep going though. Since niggas saying niggas is capping.
Here we go.
Remember I told y'all about the police report?
Here we go, family. Here we go. CBS News. Y'all know what we did about CBS News, right? This is CBS News. The news outlet that cut off their comments. That's an anti-black platform, right? That's pushing narrative. That's trying to help Jeff Metcalf clean up his image. That's the news outlet that Ticket TV is resorting to. No, again, family, we are an hour into this live stream. Mr. Ticket TV didn't provide arrest records, police records, school documents, the whole entire text message conversation, nothing. All he's been doing is reading off what the mainstream media is saying that the prosecutor said. And he's taking this as the truth because he's dumb.
Remember I told y'all this? CBS, right here. In one message thread, prosecution says Carmelo Anthony wrote, "I hate gay people."
Okay, before we finish this article, right? I want you to listen, Ticket TV, or what you just said in that first sentence. It said in one message thread, prosecutors say Karmelo wrote, "I hate gay people." Okay? The prosecutors say. This is not what CBS is saying. So can you stop saying Carmelo Anthony's family need to sue every goddamn body? Right? They not defaming Carmelo Anthony. They are reporting. Okay?
The prosecution says Carmelo Anthony repeatedly threatened to murder his girlfriend.
No
These
proof.
niggas trying to say, "Oh, it's a video game play." Nigga, that shit ain't no fucking video game. Nigga, that shit was for real, nigga.
He's saying it's for real, but Ticket TV doesn't know that they did not provide actual facts of Carmelo saying that he wanted to unalive his girlfriend. That's not true, Ticket TV. And I played you guys that a reporter stated that you want all these bullets to come out your chest. That was from a game. I want to lick the blood off the knife. That come from a song, right? And Ticket TV believe in this because CBS is saying this. Hey, Ticket TV, we are not looking at a court document. We are not looking at a police report. And we are not looking at a court transcript. You are reading this from CBS News. And this is how the mainstream media is so good at pushing false narratives, manipulating the public, because Ticket TV is an example of that, family. They believe everything they hear. Everything they hear. And you don't question it. Like when you see something like prosecutors say that Carmelo Anthony repeatedly threatening to unalive his girlfriend in text messages, some of them saying how many bullets you want coming out of your chest, and I'm going to get you. You have to ask yourself this question, Ticket TV. If this was true and the prosecution knew that this was real and wasn't, taken out of context, they would have never made the gentleman's agreement, Ticket TV. If Carmelo Anthony was a monster like this, right, saying that he want to bring a gun to school and he want to unalive his girlfriend, they presented the gentleman's agreement because they didn't want Austin Metcalf background to be, presented to court. If they knew that Carmelo Anthony had this violent background, they would have never made the gentleman's agreement. You got to think about this. They presented this to the defense. They signed on this, right? Because they knew all of this was garbage. They knew they didn't have to prove and show the entire conversation about him want to put bullets in your chest. They knew that they didn't have to show proof at that August 20th hearing because it wasn't a trial. They just came with their folder and said, "Yeah, I got 75 pages of documents." Of what? Of what? We already know he don't got a criminal history. So what is this 75 pages is about? He graduated from high school. So what?
Let me read this again. Prosecutors say Carmelo Anthony repeatedly, not one time, repeatedly threatened to murder his girlfriend in text messages. Some of them saying how many bullets you want coming out of your chest. That wasn't a part of the video game.
How you know that? How you know that, Ticket TV? How you know that? You haven't seen the context around this text message. You haven't seen the full context of this text message. You haven't. So how you know that this has nothing to do with a video game? So you think the girlfriend was with Carmelo up to his, the day this happened and through the trial and, at his last two court hearings, his girlfriend was there sitting next to the mother. If this was real, do you think the girlfriend would still be with Carmelo Anthony if he threatened her life? If this was real, don't you think her parents would have reported this to law enforcement and Karmelo Anthony would have got arrested for threatening somebody with bodily harm? Don't you think if this was true, right, somebody would have reported this to authorities? Don't you think, Ticket TV?
And I'm gonna get you, bitch.
So he said, I'm going to get you, bitch. That's not what they say right there, but you just put that in there.
They also said that he threatened her with a knife in one message and told her in another, when I stab somebody, I'm gonna lick the blood off the blade.
When have you guys ever heard a black person say something like that? When ever y'all heard anybody say something like that? That sounds like some stuff off a video game or off a movie or something like that. But like you guys just heard in this clip, let me play it over. Let me play what Secret Service Sam said, right? Because Ticket TV is so damn stupid, family.
Secret Service Sam here with a Karmelo Anthony update, and I'm here to dispel some of the misinformation. Now, April 2nd, 2025 is when the incident occurred at the track meet. Now, the text message that Karmelo sent his girlfriend on March 2024, a full year before the incident happened,
March 2024, Ticket TV, March 2024.
and said, when I stab someone, I'm going to lick the blood off the blade. And here is the song that lyric is from. Now, this song called Lay Your Ass Down is by Virus and Antidote. And the opening lyric says, I lick the blood off the blade, yeah, because I got used to the taste, yeah.
And that's a reason why they did not give us the entire conversation. They did not give us the entire conversation, Ticket TV. You never asked yourself that question? You never asked the question, why are they not showing me the entire... Why I need context before I believe something like this. I just can't say that, oh, this means that Karmelo Anthony wanted to stab Austin because he said he want to lick the blood off the blade. That's very low IQ thinking, sir. That's very low IQ thinking, but I don't expect nothing less from you because you're very emotional and very stupid.
So you know the context of that song and that message was sent to his girlfriend over a year before the incident actually took place. It was
over a year, Ticket TV, over a year. Over a year. But it don't matter. It don't matter. You stupid anyway. I'm just educating, the masses out there because you dumb. You're not going to get it.
not that morning. Nick Nack is my source, who is a creator that has been inside the courtroom almost every day. February 3rd, 2025, Karmelo confirms in his messages he got suspended because of a fight per the email that Nick Nack saw in court. The fight was due to racial slurs and a student slapping Karmelo. They fought. This racial element of the case was said to be under investigation by the school because there was proof of it. We found out later that the student involved in this situation was a childhood friend of Austin Metcalf. Now, April 2nd, 2025, the text message, low-key, I'm on the verge. Now, this is very important. April 2nd, 2025 was not accompanied by a picture of
What was not accompanied by a picture
a knife.
of a knife. Ticket TV is going to present you a picture of a gun, saying that that text message was accompanied by a picture of a knife and a gun.
Worski mentioned it in the opening statements, but never showed evidence of Karmelo sending a picture of the knife to his girlfriend because
He never presented evidence, right? Worski never presented evidence that Karmelo sent a picture of a knife and a gun to his girlfriend. But Ticket TV is going to believe a news outlet.
a lot of people are spreading this, even Fox News, that there was a picture of a knife that accompanied this statement. No date. Luke Patton said that one Edgar behind.
No, let's go. Let's go.
Read that bottom part. Didn't I tell y'all nigga had police reports? These niggas try to say I was capping though, dog. The nigga had already had police reports, nigga.
This dude is bragging about Karmelo Anthony having police reports. Dude, you can have 50 police reports. That doesn't mean you committed a crime. I just explained that to you, Ticket TV. It's a difference between a police report and committing a crime. Anybody can be in a police report. You can call 911 and be in a police report. Somebody can make allegations against you and be in a police report. You can be a witness of something and be in a police report. You can be in a car accident and be in a police report. What does a police report mean? Karmelo Anthony was never arrested.
I don't understand what's wrong with people, bro. Like, people y'all don't comprehend this.
You don't comprehend.
Y'all don't comprehend this, and I'm going to tell you what they're saying was in his police report.
Okay,
Karmelo Anthony's. They say he had a prior police report.
Okay,
a prior one.
Okay.
Let me blow this bottom part up.
Do it.
I gotta blow this part up for y'all, cause I don't think niggas like really understand this shit, bro. That's the shit that pissed me off the most, bro. Is niggas come around here acting like somebody capping about this shit, bro.
You are capping, Ticket TV. You're not providing us no facts. See, it'd be different if you was providing us police reports and documents. You don't have it. The truth is not on your side, Ticket TV, and that's why you frustrated and that's why you angry, right? Because you are reading articles of a news outlet and you trying to position that like the arbiter of truth. This is not truth. This is not factual. This is not a transcript. This is not a document, Ticket TV. You are reading CBS News, you idiot.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Bro, this dude got to be the dumbest content creator. How do he even got to, why do y'all even listen to this guy?
I come a nigga channel talking that shit, man. I don't want to hear none of that shit, man. Read that line right there.
Yeah, we know you don't want to hear none of that because you don't want to hear the truth. You don't want to hear the truth. That's what that is. You don't want to hear the truth.
Prosecutors, and defense attorneys got these character reports. So both sides, nigga, the prosecutors and the defense attorney got the character reports from a combination of police reports, school records, and cell phone extractions. That nigga.
Yeah, they got the combination from a police report. Again, a police report is just a police report. Ticket TV, that's all it is. That does not mean that you went to jail. That does not mean you got booked and processed. That means that the police showed up and they made it a report. Okay? School records. They didn't provide any school records because if they did, we will have them. It would be blasted all on social media. They did not provide any school records. Okay? And cell phone extractions, right? But let's just run with the narrative that these text messages are true. But then again, Ticket TV, any intelligent person will ask, why are you only giving me portions of a text message? Why are you only showing me a message saying I am on the verge? Okay, that's a vague statement. That can mean anything. And any of your, videos, Ticket TV, you didn't read out this part right here because you're stupid. Notice is provided, Ticket TV, in parts through screenshots, Ticket TV, of certain text messages exchanges, Ticket TV. The screenshots may include only, Ticket TV, a portion, Ticket TV, of the entire exchange. So you got to ask yourself the question. Well, a smart, intelligent person will ask themselves the question, which you are not. They only giving me portions, so I cannot, I cannot just go out on a limb and say that this means that, or this text message means this, because they only giving me portions of it. I got to see the whole context of what this means. Bullets coming out of your chest. Okay, who is this conversation between? And where is this coming from? And can you show me metadata that this is Karmelo Anthony's phone, right? If this is true. If you showing me a message saying that I am going to shoot up the school, but you're not going to tell me, is this from a movie, a song? Or what? You can't just provide that to me and I just run with it and say, oh, this is the truth. I'm telling you, y'all think I'm capping. Y'all think I'm capping. I'm trying to tell y'all niggas, man. This nigga's a demon. He's a demon. Y'all stupid. Look what CBS said. Look what the mainstream media said. Even though we know the mainstream media is known for lying, pushing false narratives, pushing stereotypes on black people, we already know that. Ticket TV know that. He just mad because nobody is believing him and everybody is calling out his behavior because he's stupid.
Yeah, police report. Now, let's talk about Karmelo's police report.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about that. Since y'all niggas ain't somebody capping, let's talk about Karmelo Anthony's police report.
Let's talk about it.
Right?
Yeah.
Karmelo Anthony's, and I'm reading right from the article.
He reading from the article, ladies and gentlemen.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
He's not reading from a police report, ladies and gentlemen. He said, hey, family, let's talk about the police report, right? Let's talk about a police report. And then he said, yeah, let me read this from this article.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, bro.
This idiot said, let's talk about his police report, right? He was talking like he was finna get ready to read off the police report, family. He don't have a police report. So how can you talk about a police report when you don't have it? And then you're going to say, let's read this article.
School records and cell phone extractions. That nigga had police report. Now, let's talk about Karmelo's police report.
Let's talk about it. You going to show it?
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Since y'all niggas ain't somebody capping, let's talk about Karmelo Anthony's police report. Right? Right? Karmelo Anthony's, and I'm reading right from the article.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Family, I'm reading up. Let's talk about Karmelo Anthony police report. Let's talk about the police report. But let's read it off this article. Let's read it off this article. Let's not read the police report, family. I am going to read this article. And this is why Ticket TV is frustrated, because nobody is believing him. Nobody is listening to him because he's believing what these articles is saying, right? He's running with what these articles are stating, not police records, not criminal records, but articles. Well, let's just listen to what the articles is saying, Ticket TV.
Past police report, his prior actions was officially entered into court record, detailing the time he threatened a girl with a weapon. During his post-trial appeal hearings this month, Texas prosecutors revealed that this past law enforcement document was a part of a larger 75-page dossier tracking his history of personal conflicts. Nigga had 75 pages, man. And motherfuckers come to my channel acting like, oh, it's a one-off. Nigga, sit your ass down somewhere. Y'all a problem in the fucking community, man. Y'all give demonic behavior a pass.
You see, this is why this is why you mad, Ticket TV. This is why you always overly emotional, because you're stupid, you're ignorant, you're dumb, you're low IQ, and nobody is falling for it. That's why you see her screaming at the top of your lungs, because you don't have no facts to, back up your claims. You cannot present a police report of Karmelo Anthony. You know why? Because it don't exist. You cannot present school records to us. You know why? Because it don't exist. The prosecution don't even got it. The only thing that y'all low IQ individual is running with is Karmelo Anthony got 75 pages on him. Okay, 75 pages of what? Of what? If Karmelo Anthony family got 75 pages on him, don't you think one of these would have been, released to the public of something to back up these claims? Karmelo Anthony don't have a criminal record. He never been booked in process for a crime. So why are you mad, Ticket? I know why you mad. You mad because you are being called out. You frustrated because nobody believe you, and you are crying because you're ugly and you're stupid. It's not our fault that nobody believes you. You are using CBS as your source. You are not using police records. You are not presenting school records or cell phone records. Everything that you are presenting, Ticket TV, is prosecutor said this, prosecutor said that. But I just played you what a reporter said in the courtroom that was present there. They said that Bill Worski did not prove that any of these text messages revealed a weapon or a gun. He didn't present it. And you don't have no facts. That's why you mad. That's why you mad.
While Anthony did not have an official adult criminal record. Let me repeat that again. While Anthony did not have an official adult criminal record before the stabbing, Fox News and the Associated Press reported that a prior police report existed. The file documented a past where Anthony reached inside a bag during a confrontation. Matter of fact, let me put this on the screen. Because I know niggas gonna talk about I'm capping niggas.
Yeah, show us.
Why
Show
his
us.
parents ain't sue?
Show us. Show us the proof.
If this is a lie,
Yeah, show
his
us.
parents can sue
Show us the
and
proof,
get
Ticket.
multi-billions of dollars.
Ticket, show us the proof. Come on now. Get it together over
Think
there.
about this. If this is a lie, y'all,
Come on.
Karmelo Anthony parents can sue and break the whole bank
No, they
on
can't.
everybody.
No, they can't.
If
No,
they
they
lied
can't.
about his son,
No, they can't, bro.
they can break the bank on everybody. I'm talking about, bro, Karmelo Anthony's parents.
No, they
Let me
can't.
tell y'all what they can do, dog. They can literally break the bank on everybody if they lying on their son, bro. Y'all don't know this? Let me put this on the screen for y'all, man.
Put it on
I
the
know
screen.
these niggas, like I said before, man,
Put it
this
on the
shit
screen.
is sad, man.
Put the proof on the screen. Put the proof on the screen. I want to see it.
It's sad, brother and sisters. Well, we're going to get to this right here, right now.
Come on, show us. Show us the proof. Oh my
know
God.
y'all niggas
This guy just put up AI.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
This dude just put up AI. He just said all that and presented a screenshot of Chat GPT, family. Again, this is why you are receiving so much pushback, Ticket TV, because you are going on this rant and you are taking this report as a factual statement. You haven't seen a police record, police report, Ticket TV. You haven't seen it. You haven't seen a school record. You haven't seen a text message exchange between Karmelo Anthony and his girlfriend. You haven't seen none of that. And that's why you mad. And this fool sit up here and posted a AI screenshot from Chat GPT, family. Chat GPT. This is his burden of proof. And he wonder why people is clowning him. He wonder why he's getting laughed at right now. So you mean to tell me you jumped ship because of some reports? And you got every right to change your mind. I'm not trying to make you defend Karmelo Anthony or be a supporter at all. But I challenge your claims. And we've been on this stream for 1 hour and 25 minutes. All you've been doing is crying, whining, and bitching. You haven't provided no factual statements of anything that you are saying on this. Just articles. And right here, a prior police incident is from Chat GPT, family.
I'm capping, nigga. The prior police incident, not the one on the day of the stabbing, but the prior one.
This is not a police report. Ticket, are you this stupid, sir? You can't be this dumb, dude. You just did all that to show us a screenshot of AI. I'm thinking that you finna drop a bombshell evidence in my Nancy Grace voice. Bombshell evidence. Bro, this is a screenshot from ChatGPT. This is not a police report. And again, Ticket TV, a police report is not an arrest. A police report is not a conviction. Okay? Anybody can be in a police report. Should I have AI explain it to you of what a police report is? Again, Ticket TV, I'll do it. I do it, family. Let me again, because Ticket TV really want to, harper on this point that Karmelo Anthony had police reports. Let me explain to you again. Let me let ChatGPT explain to you what a police report is. And I ask ChatGPT, does being in a police report mean you done something wrong? Listen, family.
No. Being mentioned or appearing in a police report does not automatically mean you did anything wrong. A police report is simply an official record of an incident or allegation. A person can appear in one as the victim, a witness, the person who called police, someone mentioned by another person, a suspect or person accused of something, someone who was simply present during the incident. Even if a report says someone was accused of something, an accusation is not proof that the person actually committed the offense. Whether they did something wrong is determined by the evidence and, when applicable, the legal process. So if someone says that person is in a police report, therefore they did something wrong, that's an inaccurate conclusion without additional evidence showing what the report actually says and what happened afterward.
Did you understand that, Ticket TV? Are we clear? Did you understand that? He had police reports. He had police reports. He had police reports. Okay, so what? What that mean? Did he get, let me ask you, Ticket TV, okay? Let me ask you this. Did he get arrested? Let me ask you this, Ticket TV, okay? You keep crying about police reports. A police report could be anything. It's just a report, dog. That don't mean somebody got locked up. That doesn't mean somebody got arrested. That doesn't mean somebody was in handcuffs. It's just simply a report. Reporting on an incident or an accusation or allegation. But here's the thing, Ticket TV. Can you show me Karmelo Anthony's police report? Because this is not it, brother. This is not it.
While Anthony did not have an official adult criminal record before the stabbing.
Okay, they told you this, right? And this right here debunks your whole entire police report narrative, right? While Karmelo Anthony did not have an official adult criminal record before the stabbing, right? Because he wasn't an adult at the time of the stabbing. He was 17. He's now 19 years old. He didn't have a criminal record. So why are you crying about police reports if he didn't have a criminal record? You know who did have a criminal record? Austin Metcalf. That's who had a criminal record. As a matter of fact, family, they just released some pictures, a picture of Austin Metcalf choking the shit out of Megan. Let me present this picture, right? Let me show you a real criminal right here. Let me show you guys this. This is diabolical right here. This is an alleged picture, right? That was, on social media today of Austin choking Megan, allegedly. I don't know if this is true. I don't know if this factual. I'm just, reporting on the news. This is a picture of Austin choking his mother. This is a person who actually got a criminal record. This actually a person who was on probation. That's how you know he had a criminal record, because he was on a 12-month probation sentence. Ticket TV. Now let me blow this up so y'all can see this, family. Look at this. This look like Austin. This look like Megan. This is the twins. Look at these. Look at this demon. This was, released to the public today. Let's keep going, family. Let's keep going.
Fox News and the Associated Press reported that a prior police report existed. The file documented a past incident where Anthony reached inside a bag during a confrontation. Think about this, y'all.
Why are you yelling?
They have evidence that Karmelo did the same thing.
They don't got evidence.
To kill a girl.
What evidence they got? What how can you prove this? How can you a file document A file documented a past incident where Karmelo reached in his bag during a confrontation, brandished a weapon, and told a girl, "Touch me and see what happened." Prosecutors argued this directly mirrored the exact words he used before stabbing Austin Metcalf at the track meet. But again, intelligent people will ask the question or make the statement, Ticket TV, if this is true, if this statement is true, don't you think Karmelo Anthony would have got arrested for this? If Karmelo brandished a weapon and told a girl, "Touch me and see what happened," why didn't that girl report that to the authorities or to the teachers or principals or wherever they at and get him arrested? If this is true, right? Because you screaming over there, right? You running up your blood pressure. And I can tell you an old dusty Negro, right? That's why you like to hide your face. If this is true, Ticket TV, why he didn't get arrested for this? If he brandished a weapon on a girl and told you, "Touch me to see what happened," and he didn't get arrested, it's just documented. Documented where? Who documented this? So you mean to tell me somebody documented this incident and didn't report this to the authorities? Really? You believe this, Ticket TV? You believe that Karmelo Anthony did the exact same thing here with this alleged suspect or alleged girl, and conveniently, it's the same thing that he did to Austin, right? Right? Prosecutors argued that this directly mirrored the exact words, right? How convenient is that? But if this is documented and nobody reported, shame on the person that documented this and didn't get Karmelo Anthony arrested for pulling a weapon on somebody. You never thought about that, Ticket TV? I know you didn't, because you're stupid.
Repeat this again. Y'all niggas, I'm going to say this again, bro. It's disgusting. The Metcalf twins, stone cold racist. The daddies are racist. They're scum. Karmelo Anthony, he is the absolute worst type of person you could be.
Karmelo Anthony is the worst type of person that you can be. Karmelo Anthony. Bro, you too emotional, dude. You too emotional. And I hope you watch this. I hope your fans in here somewhere and they report back to you, because you getting cooked up, dog. Like, and I really want you, and I'm just trying to help you out, brother. That's all I'm trying to do. I ain't got no beef with you. You just stupid, right? And I got a low tolerance for stupidity. How can Karmelo Anthony be the worst person that you can have ever known when he never went to jail or got a criminal record? Like, Ticket TV, this would be a different conversation if you would have seen real evidence and real proof of this. You are reading from ChatGPT. And not only that, this is how you know that this is AI. Because it says, when Anthony did not have an official adult criminal records before the stabbing, yada, yada, yada. And it's saying the source right here, the link to the source that said this is CBS. This is not a link to a transcript. This is not a link to the prosecution office, to the court office. This is CBS saying this. Ticket TV, this is mainstream media.
Parents are a disgrace. If they don't sue, I'm holding them accountable with all this other shit.
And not only that, family, right? I'm going to get back to Ticket TV, right? I'm going to get back to him. But I wanted you guys to present this, right? Ticket TV want to believe the prosecutors. He want to believe the district attorneys. He want to believe Bill Worse and all these guys. I want you guys to understand, right? Because Ticket TV is upset that Karmelo Anthony's background is about this, and he said this, and he allegedly done all this, and he's saying that he's the worst kind of guy, right? And we should believe the prosecution, even though they didn't present no evidence, no factual evidence, right? Shout out to Nikki, Too Gorgeous, coming in with $10 super chat. Mr. Ticket is also a content thief. Continue with the belt, King. Absolutely. Salute to you. I appreciate you. So since we doing background checks, right? And Karmelo is the worst thing possible. And we should believe the prosecutor, right? But when you in a position of power, your background is always in question. So I present you guys this right here.
A group of current and former Collin County District Attorney's Office employees filed a lawsuit accusing the DA of sexual harassment. He denies the allegations and calls them politically motivated. Fox 4 Stephen Dial live with more details on the lawsuit and reactions to them. Stephen.
Yes, 75-page lawsuit from former and current employees of the Collin County District Attorney's Office. We reached out to the district.
Open book. I got this photo from a news article on Instagram.
Attorney and the assistant district attorney, and they both said that these allegations are false and said it's politically motivated. 1 week before Election Day, multiple current and former employees with the Collin County District Attorney's Office filed a 75-page lawsuit against Republican Collin County District Attorney.
A 75-page lawsuit. The same 75 pages that he got on Karmelo Anthony. The same guy that's out here saying that he got 75 pages on Karmelo Anthony, and he got a 75-page lawsuit against him, right? With over 6 alleged victims that said that he sexual harassed them and sexually assault them. 75 pages, by the way, right? This is the guy who we should trust. This the guy that's in position of power. This is the guy that we should believe, right? This guy. Okay, cool.
Greg Willis, accusing him of sexual harassment. Willis is running for re-election unopposed. The lawsuit also alleges well-known North Texas prosecutor and the county's first assistant district attorney, Bill Werski, created a, quote, toxic workplace.
Toxic.
Among the plaintiffs, Chief Investigator Kim Pickrell. She alleges DA Willis allegedly made sexual advances towards her in multiple settings. That includes allegations of moaning, staring, full frontal body hugs, and comments about her body. The court documents say Willis allegedly told Pickrell he, quote, couldn't help himself from getting excited.
He couldn't help himself. He was getting too excited. This is a guy that's in a position of power here. That's the guy who we should be believing, right?
Because she looked too good. In a statement, the district attorney told Fox 4, quote, I categorically and unequivocally deny these false allegations. They did not happen. Another plaintiff.
He said, and let me play it back before I get to the facts of this. He said he denied the false allegations. They did not happen. I deny all false allegations, right? This is Greg Willis, the district attorney of Collin County, right? He denied, and this did not happen. This ain't true. Them women lying on me. Okay.
Another plaintiff called herself Jane Doe 1, claiming Willis invited her to his hotel room during a work trip. She claims Willis told her, quote, I'm not sure where it could lead, but we could explore.
I'm sure you could explore. I'm sure you could, Mr. Bill. I'm sure you could.
The plaintiffs claim they made complaints to HR, but nothing was done. And they allege Assistant DA Werski retaliated against them by changing work assignments and complaining about their performance. In a statement, Werski told Fox 4, quote, this is obviously a politically motivated and politically timed lawsuit based on...
You know, they always say that, family. They always say that, right? They always say, oh, this is like a political stunt. The only reason why these women coming out here, and we know the behavior of these white men. We know how they get down, right? We know how they get down. So whenever time some allegations come, you know, about them, they come out about them, they always say, oh, this is politically motivated. Okay, let's keep going, family.
Lies and recycled untruths by some very disgruntled and very troubled individuals.
I'm sure
the
they is
statement went on to say, I can't wait.
Hey, what's that guy named? Ticket TV? Bill Werski, this the guy we need to be believing, right? We need to believe his 75 page on Karmelo Anthony when he got 75 pages on his goddamn self. So we need to believe him. Okay, cool.
To get into court and clear my name.
Whoa. Family, I really want you guys to pay attention to this. I quote, I can't wait to get into court and clear my name. Let me repeat that again, family. I can't wait to get into court to clear my name. Let's put a pin in that.
Clear my name. Now, the Collin County Judge, Chris Hill, and the 4 commissioners are also named in that lawsuit. And according to the law.
Okay, cool. He said he can't wait to get to court to clear his name. So before we actually get into the lawsuit, I want to play District Attorney Greg Willis, right? I want to play him standing behind, in front of, all of these white women telling us how innocent he is.
Truth matters, and the truth is why we're here today, to make sure the truth is known.
Okay, he finna tell us the truth, family.
I have been unfairly attacked, and Jill and I feel compelled to set the record straight.
Set it straight.
You will notice today that I'm joined here by a number of female staff and prosecutors in my office.
Yeah, we see
these women run our office and have worked with me for many years.
Yeah. We know how these white women is, family. See, he thought bringing these white women was going to make it seem like that he's not a sexual pervert, right? He's not a sexual deviant. You know, we know how these white women get down, right? They raise school shooters, right? Just like the Jesse Butler case. That white woman was consoling her son, talking about say your prayers, as he was getting arrested for raping 2 young girls, beating them to death out, and putting them in a wheelchair, right? Putting them in a wheelchair while all of this was going on in their home, by the way. And we see all of those white women out there protesting and protecting Lindsley, a white woman that unalived all 3 of her babies. These are the white women that he got behind him. You know what I'm saying? And they supposed to be credible.
They know who I am. They know my character. They have worked side by side with me as we have fought for justice. So on Halloween, the plaintiffs filed a federal lawsuit which made a series of false, defamatory, and outrageous claims against me and others.
Oh, really?
Including my first assistant, Bill Worski, and the entire Collin County Commissioner's Court.
Okay.
As I said then, these accusations are false.
He said these accusations, what Rick Ross say, accusations are false.
The things they allege simply did not happen.
Okay. Always, thank you so much. I'll give you a hug. Oh, you are so wonderful. Thank you so much. And I'll see you around. All right, sorry.
The plaintiff further claims I was, quote, moaning aloud and groping her while gratifying myself. You just heard the recording. Did you hear me moan? Did you hear me make a noise of any kind?
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
In fact, what you did hear was the plaintiff telling me with an animated tone, quote, you are so wonderful. Thank you so much, and I will see you around, close quote. The truth is now clear for all to see. What she said in this lawsuit did not happen. It is a lie.
It's a lie, family.
It is false.
It's a lie, and it's false, right?
Why the fuck you lying?
It's a lie.
Why you always lying?
All right, let's keep going.
And now everyone can just see how false, defamatory, and outrageous these claims truly are. Today we're releasing to you 11 handwritten notes that she wrote to me personally thanking me for my support, leadership, and mentorship.
Okay, cool. He said that these statements are false between him and Bill Worski, right? And let me go back to Bill Worski's statement, family. I got to make sure that I position everything in place, right? I want to make sure that I present everything in its rightful place.
A group of current and former...
Right, because Bill Worski said that he couldn't wait to go to court to clear his name, right? That's him right here, family, his picture. I can't wait to get to court and clear my name. The settlement. The Collin County Commissioner's Court approved the $1.75 million settlement in April 2023. The plaintiff formally admitting their lawsuit to retract the specific sexual harassment and misconduct claims prior to the settlement being finalized, proceeding solely on the grounds of employment retaliation. Ladies and gentlemen, the settlement was covered by the county's insurance. That's a new one. And no taxpayer funds or personal money from the officials was used to pay the plaintiff. This guy said, I can't wait to get to court to clear my name. And then bam, he settled. Right? He never stepped foot in the courtroom. Never stepped foot in the courtroom. They settled with a $1.7 million lawsuit. $1.7 million. Bill Worski, the guy that Ticket TV telling us that we need to believe. The guy that got a 70-page document on Karmelo Anthony, but he didn't present no evidence. A guy that actually presented, right, the gentleman's agreement to the defense team because he knew that he wasn't credible. He knew that he didn't have no factual statements to stand on. He didn't have no police report. He didn't have no convictions. He didn't have no arrest records. He had out of context text messages because he knew if he brought those text messages to trial, he would have to prove what these text messages mean. He would have to present the entire conversation of these text messages, not portions of the text messages, not just release, oh, I'm on the verge, I'm about to put all these bullets in your chest. None of that. You would have to show the entire text message exchange. But this is the guy that everybody want to believe. This sexual deviant. But Ticket TV said that Karmelo is the worst person ever. He's the worst person ever. But Karmelo don't got a arrest record. Karmelo Anthony never been arrested. He don't have a conviction. He don't have victims. None of that. Clean record. All of these text messages is forming this idea that Karmelo is just this vicious kid. But if Karmelo was just this bad adolescent child that had to move from Louisiana to Texas, don't you guys think that he would have been arrested? If the prosecutor is saying that Karmelo Anthony brandished a weapon on a girl and said that, touch me and see what happened, and it was documented, don't you think that somebody would have reported that to the authorities, family? Who documented that incident and didn't press charges or alert authorities that Karmelo got a weapon on him? Because it's a lie. It's not true. And Bill Worski knew that. He knew that he didn't have to present any factual statements because it wasn't a trial. He just came to court, being a degenerate, can't keep his hands off his coworkers, saying that I got 75 pages on Karmelo Anthony. Okay, of what? Because we already know he don't got a criminal background. So what's that slop you got in your binder, your briefcase? It's nothing factual because he never been arrested. So what possibly can you show me that Karmelo Anthony did so wrong that it didn't cause him to be in handcuffs or have a juvenile record? Because Metcalf have a juvenile record. He's known for beating up on his parents. He's known for being a bully and being violent, spray painting. He got arrested for this, by the way. He got arrested. Arrested, family. He got arrested.
The file documented a past incident where Karmelo, this is the police. Let me read this again. Y'all. While Karmelo Anthony did not have an official adult criminal record.
Now let's get to the point where he said something about Karmelo said something about black people. This is what I want to talk about.
Y'all want to believe this bullshit, man. Again, bro.
Look at him.
Like I said,
and again, family, specific slurs, right? This is a chat ChatGPT screenshot. This is not a court document. This is not a transcript. Lead prosecutor Biaworski read a portion of the note out loud in court to prove its hateful nature. The section targeting black individuals included highly offensive phrasing, specifically using the slurs black, melon, munching, chicken sucking. How do we know that this is about Karmelo Anthony?
Yeah, man. Tell his parents to sue. I'm waiting to see the lawsuit. I'll be the first one to report on it.
So this is what Ticket TV is trying to, everybody running with this narrative. Oh, Karmelo said this about black people. He said this about black people. Okay, cool. All right. So I asked ChatGPT about these allegations, right? This is what I asked ChatGPT, family. I said, is it any truth that the court revealed that Karmelo said anything negative about black people during his hearing, right? During his hearing on August 20th, 2026, family. Now, let's see. Is it any truth to that?
Yes, there is some truth to the claim, but the wording matters. I dug into the reporting from the August 20th, 2026 Karmelo Anthony new trial hearing, and there is evidence that prosecutors revealed racially offensive material attributed to Anthony. However, I have not found credible evidence that he simply said, "I hate black people," or made a straightforward statement expressing hatred toward black people. Here's what was actually reported. Prosecutors presented material from a 75-page character dossier that had been kept out of the original murder trial. CBS Texas reported that investigators found a note on Anthony's phone containing a long list of disturbing racial tropes and slurs about blacks, whites, and Hispanics. Another report on the subsequent hearing described the material as a racist rant categorizing black people, white people, and Mexicans, reportedly contained in Apple Notes from May 2023. Prosecutors also reportedly showed a message in which Anthony wrote, "I hate gay PPL," but that's obviously about sexual orientation, not black people. The important distinction: there are two different racial evidence stories getting mixed together online. Austin Metcalf. Court documents reportedly showed that Austin and his brother had been involved in graffiti containing extremely explicit anti-black and Nazi imagery, including KKK, kill all black people, Heil Hitler, and the N-word. There were also records concerning Austin allegedly using racial slurs and bullying a black student. Karmelo Anthony. Prosecutors revealed that his phone then contained a racial rant/list involving black people, whites, and Hispanics. But the credible reports I found do not characterize it as Anthony saying that he hated black people as a group. So if you're asking because you've seen someone claim, the court revealed Karmelo Anthony was saying racist things about black people, I'd say there is a factual basis for saying racially offensive material attributed to Anthony was revealed. But saying Karmelo Anthony said he hated black people would go beyond what I've been able to verify. Also, the August 20th hearing was specifically about whether Anthony deserved a new trial. And both sides were presenting previously excluded character evidence under scrutiny of the informal agreement that had kept that material away from the original jury. If you want, I can dig specifically for the actual 75-page prosecutor document and the exact screenshot/text of the racial passage, so we can see precisely what Karmelo wrote, rather than relying on people paraphrasing it.
Okay. Let's keep going.
I dug specifically for the actual 75-page prosecutor file and the underlying racial passage, rather than relying on social media summaries. What I was able to verify: the 75-page document is real. CBS Texas reports that prosecutors had a 75-page character dossier on Karmelo Anthony, compiled from police reports, school records, and cell phone extractions. More importantly, CBS specifically reports that investigators found a note on Anthony's phone containing a long list of disturbing racial tropes and slurs about blacks, whites, and Hispanics. A separate report from AOL, summarizing what prosecutors presented at the hearing, describes it as a racist rant categorizing black people, white people, and Mexicans, and says the statements were in Anthony's Apple Notes from May 2023. But here's the problem. I have not been able to locate the actual 75-page PDF or an authentic.
Nobody have located this. Nobody have seen this. There's no proof that Karmelo Anthony have anything. The prosecutor reported that Karmelo had some racial slurs on his Apple Notes, but he didn't present this to court. There's no proof. There's no court documents or no PDF file to see any of this. It's just hearsay. And you're right, April. Chat goes by what was reported.
Authenticated court exhibit containing the screenshot of that specific Apple Note. I've searched specifically for the 75-page character dossier, the prosecutor's exhibits, the Apple Note screenshot, the May 2023 racial passage, Exhibit 4, Exhibit 9, copies of the underlying court filing. The publicly accessible reporting confirms the existence and description of the note, but I cannot currently find a primary source copy of the actual page containing the racial language.
She cannot find a page. She went through the entire 75 documents, the court case. Nobody can find this. But Ticket TV and a lot of black people are out here running with this narrative that Karmelo said this about black people. There's no, you haven't even seen a court document, but you believe it. You believe it. Exactly. It sounds like a roast. But if you want to push the narrative because you upset and you mad because ain't nobody taking you serious, and that's why Ticket TV is mad, family. Ticket TV is mad because nobody is taking him serious. So that's why he's frustrated, right? He's frustrated. And he just going on this rant, continuing to disrespect Karmelo Anthony. And I also asked ChatGPT this as well. If they can find me anything about, did the prosecutor present anything about saying something negative about black women? Because that's what Ticket TV is saying. That's what a lot of people are saying. He said something negative about black people. I mean, black women.
I checked specifically for evidence presented at the August 20th, 2026 hearing that Karmelo Anthony made negative statements about black women. What I can verify, I have not found a credible or publicly available court material showing that prosecutors presented evidence of Karmelo specifically making derogatory statements about black women.
Okay. Let me play that back.
About black women. I checked specifically for evidence presented at the August 20th, 2026 hearing that Karmelo Anthony made negative statements about black women. What I can verify, I have not found a credible or publicly available court material showing that prosecutors presented evidence of Karmelo specifically making derogatory statements about black women.
So why are these people going around here making false claims that Karmelo Anthony said something negative about black women? There's no proof. There's no statement. And a lot of you guys haven't seen no proof. So I don't know why people be believing this shit. Oh, he said this about black women. I'm done support him. There's no factual documents that the prosecution provided that he said anything negative about black women. And I'm done talking to this fool. This food is cooked. He's cooked. He's filet mignon. He's filet mignon. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this evening. Guys, all these things that Karmelo allegedly said, nobody have seen it. Nobody have seen it. There's no court documents. There's no transcripts. You guys cannot put your eyes on a text message or a Apple Note saying that Karmelo said something negative about black people or said something negative about black women or anybody. Tiki TV is just upset that he's low IQ, he can't articulate himself, and his audience is turning against him. And, you know, he want to call out everybody else on YouTube because he want to be the arbiter of truth. But Tiki TV, I'm here to tell you, you need to calm down with your emotions, sir. You are very emotional, very ugly, and very dumb. Give up the hoop dream, sir. You're a nobody. You're a no life. So you can continue to kick and scream, yell. Don't nobody care. Continue to lie on our brother Karmelo Anthony. If you don't want to support Karmelo, so be it, dude. That don't mean you got to come on the internet and just lie and bash him. What you going to get out of that? But continue to make yourself look like a fool because you're stupid. But I hope this help. I hope this help, ladies and gentlemen. I hope this help. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this evening. I appreciate you guys. I love y'all. Let's continue to run up the numbers. Let's continue to be a voice for our people. Let's continue to stand on business. Let's continue to stand strong, family. Unity over everything. I got your back, Karmelo. I said this since day one, and I ain't moved. Rest in peace to Nolan Wells. I got your back, brother. I ain't moved. I ain't jumping sides. I ain't jumping ships. I'm here. I'm here. Shout out to the family. Shout out to the team. While you guys are exiting the room, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to my channel members. I appreciate you guys. Lysandra, you wrong for that. Talking about some damn it, Bart, I'm late. Like, you wrong for that. You wrong for saying that. Talking about some damn it, Bart, I'm late. You out of pocket for that. I love y'all so much, family. Until we meet again.